Greetings and salutations, Geo Nerds. Today we're going to have a look at a mountain up the north coast of southeast Queensland, around Yandina, called Mt Minderry. A lady called Paula asked me in the comments to have a look at it, and when I did I found it very, very interesting. So it's not what it appears. It is even more interesting than you'd think. It's a big lump of rock like all mountains, but hey. Anyway, let's get into the meat and potatoes. You know what I'm going to say. Let's rock.
Interceptors, immediate launch.
Well, Geo Nerds, that was a quick trip up from Brisbane, probably to about Mach 20. Talk about hypersonic, mate. They got nothing on us. There's Mt Minderry. There it is. It's a Google Earth, obviously, a representation of it. It's not too bad. It's fairly accurate. A lot better than the one of Mount Warding, I'll tell you that. So it's a range. Mt Minderry is a piece in the middle of the range. It is very different to the rest of that range. And we'll have a look at the geology map now and just have a bit of a look at what's going on underneath this range. So this is the Mt Minderry complex here. It's in the middle there. It's all a big lump of rhyolite, and it's about 200 million years old, late Triassic. I'll put our old friend up here in a minute. So this is really old. Down on the coast you see Mount Coolum, which is also rhyolite, but it's actually punched through a piece of this rhyolite. Mount Coolum's only about 20 million years old. It's brand new, still got the shine on it. This stuff is really old, and in that time, in that 200 million years, you can see that there's been a lot of leaching of this centre section, and it's been transformed. It's actually had the sulfates and the phosphates washed out of it, so it's called, it's been transformed. So the rock in the middle is a bit gone. Let's have a look at some images of it. Well, folks, big geology map. Mount Coolum on the right, Mt Minderry on the left. I'll just put a ring around. This is the area that's been hydrothermally altered over the years. So this has had the feldspar leached out of it and some other chemicals leached out of it. The first thing to know, this mountain is not one of these. This mountain is 10 times older. These things are about 20 to 27 million years old. And although similar chemistries, they're not rhyolite. So yeah, it's not one of these. This is rhyolite lava. Now, Mt Minderry is not rhyolite lava, it's rhyolite magma. This actually froze under the ground, which is why you can see those column structures in it in places. This is lava. This came out like a big gloopy mess and settled on the landscape. Potassium feldspar is the thing that has been stripped out of that mountain. So you can see it's a very light coloured rock, and you can see the vertical column structures in it, because it actually froze underground, and those columns always form vertically unless there's other forces on them, nearly always form vertically. And when you look at this rock from any sort of close up, you can see it's not right. It's had a lot of action, and it's had the feldspar, potassium feldspar, the potassium side of it, leached out of it over the years, over millions of years. So it's altered rock. Just the bit in the middle, the outer edge is still pretty much rhyolite, and they don't all come at the same time. Here it is again. You can see it's rhyolite alright, but it's a bit different because the main feature in this now is silica, which in rock like this becomes quartz, so it becomes quite light in colour. You can see it here, although rock like that's a little hard to tell because it has lichen on it and it oxidises. You've got to really go and smack it with a hammer and look at a fresh face, or find a piece that's just broken off if you don't like hitting mountains. And there you go. So this is a fairly spectacular piece of rock though. As you can see, it looks old. It looks older than the Glasshouse Mountains, because it is. It's a lot older than the Glasshouse Mountains. And just on the other side of that massif there, in that valley, is a big fault line that runs right up that valley. So there's been some movement here over a long time. This side of Australia has been moving slowly to the north for a few 100 million years, and it's still doing it. So if you want to go and see this, Car park up the top there. Easy to get to, just drive in. This is really accessible by vehicle, this mountain. It's quite amazing. Walk along the track. Nice looking track, runs along the ridge. I think it's only 300 metres high, so there's not that much climb, but there's a bit of climb there. And it's only a few k's in and a few k's back. You don't need the expedition pack. Just a water bottle and a Mars bar or something will probably get you there. And 306 metres, stunning views of all over the north coast, of course, which is what it's really known for. And it's a pretty handsome looking mountain all by itself. It reminds me of Mount Stewart in Townsville, actually, to some degree. But all these flat top mesas look like that eventually. Very pretty, and you can live very close to this mountain. There's a lot of housing developments around it. And there it is there again. Amazing looking bit of gear. Been there a long time. Going to be there quite a bit longer as well, I expect. And of course, when the sun sets behind it, or rises in front of it, can't really tell. I suspect sets behind it is the answer. It just makes for a beautiful image. So there you go, Mt Minderry. Paul, I hope that's what you wanted. If there's anything you want to know specifically, shoot me an email. Well, folks, that's another quick one. You can hear my cat in the background there whilst feeding, as it does 24/7. Just a quick one. Lady asked for this. Let's give it a go. Nice looking little mountain, actually. I'm very glad I did it. I learned quite a lot about the geology in that area that I never knew. But anyway, more soon. Thank you to all the new subscribers. If you like this, bang that thumbs up button. It really does help. Anyway, keep rocking. T-Rock's out.